Okay, fellas, we are live. Just gonna wait for a couple of people to get in, and in the meantime, we're gonna head over here, take a quick look at some of these defense replays. Alright, so we got 2 successes, and then 1 failure with 1 KO, and then a complete failure. Okay. Alright, let me actually real quick, let's see what happened here. This is a brand new defense team that I've set up. I've been trying it out. So I haven't fully, worked out all of the kinks with it yet, but... Okay, so this guy, he's running Layla with Disarm Trap. I mean, there's nothing I can do about that. That's just an automatic win, pretty much. Anytime you see a Disarm Trap Layla, it's just GG. I don't really think there's any defense setup you can make that deals with Layla. So yeah, totally a slept-on unit. If anyone hasn't summoned Layla and they're looking to improve for Aether Raids, then she's probably like the easiest cheat code unit to run for Aether Raids. Alright, so first I get hit by the Bolt Tower, and now, yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, there's nothing we can do here. Layla is gonna crush us. So she walks over the Bolt Trap, and then she switches to Duo Alphonse here, and now Duo Alphonse is just gonna wreck. Alright, let me actually make sure the music volume is set okay. Alright, yeah, so what's up, everybody? Shoutouts to everyone in the chat. Alright, we got D Martinez, we got Green Yoshi, we got Joshua Batar, what's up? Ace in the chat too, Zeno Emblem. Alright, Joker the Trickster, what's up, my boy? Glad you guys could make it. So normally I like doing these live streams on Wednesday, but yesterday I got home pretty late, so I was just done. As soon as I walked in the door, I fell down right on my bed, and I was just out. I didn't wake up until it was like 2:30 in the morning when I woke up, so there was no way I was gonna have the energy to live stream yesterday, unfortunately. But today we're good to go. I didn't really have anything to do today, so we're fine. Alright, yeah, my defense team here. This is a new defense team, but we just got completely shredded by Layla and Duo Alphonse. So yeah, not much we can really do about that, but I mean, that's just the way things go sometimes. If you're gonna lose to a team, then you're pretty much gonna lose no matter what you try to do. Alright, but we did have some successful replays, but we're not gonna go into those. I don't really care too much. I just want to try to improve this defense setup for now. Alright, so we're going to do things a little bit differently today. Normally, I play Allegiance Battles on these live streams, but, I mean, to be honest, Allegiance Battles, it's kind of a long mode to play in, because I'm only using one team for the whole time, and I feel like it was kind of boring, too, because a lot of people were leaving the live stream when we would start playing AB. So we're not going to play AB anymore. We're dropping this from the live streams. I did get a complete perfect run here, and my score was 1,000, which probably isn't high enough to keep me in top 1K. I mean, we are in top 1K for now, but that's definitely not going to hold, because there's still 4 days left in the season. But what we're going to do is we're just going to play Arena Assaults, and then I'm just going to go straight into the unit reviews, and we're going to do the unit reviews up until the end of the stream, pretty much. So if you would like me to do a unit review for one of your units, then my friend Kromm should be available on the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. So go ahead and send me a friend request, and I'll do a unit review for you as soon as we finish my Arena Assault run here. Alright, so we got Anderson Guerra in the chat. What's up, my boy? Alright, Meme Generator saying this is his first time watching live. Well, shout outs to that. Hopefully things go well and it's an enjoyable live stream for your first time. I do try to play some awesome Castlevania music and then try to make things a little fun with the teams that I use. So I do have my preset teams for Arena Assault. We're not really going to bother with looking at whatever teams the foes use and then build a team to counter that. That's not how I like to do things. So sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. It just depends. Okay, so this guy here, he's got Duo Alphonse, he's got the Duo Pala, he's got Legendary Roy, and he's got Celica. Alright, this Roy, very interesting. He has Close Call on him. Alright, let's just see how things go here. We're going to want to try to bait this Alphonse with Surtur, I think. Oh, wow, I have the wrong Surtur build equipped here. I have the Steady Stance 4 and Wary Fighter build. That's not really what I like to run in Arena, but I guess we're just gonna have to make do, right? Yeah, because I was playing him in, I was using him in Allegiance battles, so I swapped out for the Wary Fighter build instead, since I'm not using him as my bonus unit anymore. Normally I run Bold Fighter with Gale Force on Surtur, but that's not the case this time around, so... Alright, here comes Duo Alphonse, doing absolutely nothing to Surtur, pretty much. Now, pretty interesting, Duo Alphonse is apparently one of the top 5 units in the game, according to that Japanese tier list. I don't know if I agree with them 100%, but he is a very good unit for sure. Okay, we could get the one-shot here with Surtur, but then we're going to be at the mercy of Celica. She does have built-in null follow-up, so Wary Fighter Surtur is just going to get completely bodied by that Celica. And it doesn't look like Marth is actually capable of getting the KO on Alphonse either, so that's not actually looking too good for us. Yeah, well, Marth is really the only thing I can go for here, because, yeah, we're not really in a good spot here. Yeah, now I'm going to at least activate Vantage, so I think I'm going to go for this attack here. Yeah, let's just go for it, see how things go. Alright, we got Rusty Ride-On in the chat. What's up, my boy? One of the OGs. Always glad to have Bartree God grace us with his presence. Okay, so Celica used a rally on this Roy. Okay, I don't think we're going to get the KO here because he has Repel, so it's not going to work. Yep. Alright, unfortunate, but, I mean, this guy, he's using the clutch strats there with Repel on Legendary Roy. And Alphonse is probably going to KO my Kata here with his special attack. Yep. Okay, so we got a pretty bad matchup there with round 1. It's mainly due to my Surtur not having the Bold Fighter setup, so let's really quickly give him that. Okay, so we want Gale Force and we want Bold Fighter on this guy. And Distant Counter as well. Alright, so hopefully things go a little bit better this time. Okay, 756, I think we can do a little better. Let's fish around a bit, see if we can find a 760 again. Alright, that one was 748, 754. Alright, 756. It doesn't look like we're having good luck with these fights. This is the one thing I don't like about Arena Assault. You're not able to, like, stop halfway and then come back in and try to fish for better scoring fights. So it is annoying that you can't do that, and you're pretty much just at the mercy of how lucky you get with these fights. They did allow us to suspend in between the fights and come back out and come back in, but that doesn't refresh the fights that you actually get, so I wish that would have been the case, so we could at least get some better scoring fights here, but whatever. They just like making our lives harder. Alright, we're really not having good luck with the scoring here, so I'm just going to take the next 756 we see. Alright, we got Chavinho YT in the chat. Yo, Tacho, what's up, my boy? Alright, we actually did get 760, so we're going to go for that. Okay, so this is a typical Legendary Roy build. We've got Kiddo Marth there. We got Legendary Hectare and Surtur. Alright, this one's going to be way easier than last time. I'm pretty much just going to bait this guy's entire setup with my Kid Marth, and we should be good. Alright, we got Sonic Jr. or Sonic JMR. Can you edit your units when you suspend in Arena Assault? Yes, I actually think you can. I've heard that you can change around the seals too, like, let's say you had a unit with the Deathblow Sacred Seal on one of your previous teams, and you win the fight, and then you suspend right afterwards. I've heard you can equip that Deathblow Sacred Seal on one of your other units, and then use it for the next fight. So, it's a pretty cool way that you can just spam all of your different Sacred Seals in all the fights, if you want to use the Suspend feature to do that. So, pretty cool, and the Suspend feature is definitely good, don't get me wrong, but I just wish that instead of just suspending, we could also refresh the fights as well. Alright, so we have Marth built up with Vantage, and now we have his special ready, so we're going to get Special Spiral. And this guy's team really doesn't have any units that can take out my Marth, so we are good to go here. Alright, we got Selfie in the chat. Did going all in for Edie before the Fallen Banner turn you into Fallen Tacho? I guess you could say that. I mean, I was pretty upset, to be honest, that they revealed the Edelgard banner, and I was like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and summon on this. Maybe we get some copies of Edelgard. And then we only ended up getting one copy of her without any, like, Premier Ivies. I would have at least wanted plus attack if we were only going to get one copy. We did get a whole bunch of Nagis, though, and then a whole bunch of other good stuff, like we got Tsubasa and we got Duo Ephraim, even though I was sniping on green. So that is very lucky, and I was pretty happy about that. But I would have way rather gone in on that Fallen Banner to try and get a plus 10 Ike or a plus 10 Julia. That would have been so much better. Okay, this guy's got double plus 10 Hildas. Oh man, he must really like Hilda. Alright, I don't mind Hilda too much. I like Hilda. Pretty awesome Three Houses character. Okay, so for those double Hildas, let's actually... we're going to go in with Fallen Julia. Why not? Because Julia is just going to shred all of these guys. And then for the ones that she doesn't, we have Legendary Edelgard on this team. And we also have Reinhardt here, but, I mean, I don't really think we're going to see too much use out of Reinhardt for this fight. Okay, so I'm going to want to start off by getting rid of these Hildas. So let's go ahead and do this, actually. And we're going to keep Edelgard by herself so she can use Armor Stride on the next turn. Alright, so Hilda came up just like I was hoping, and she's going after this Julia here. And we could just get the one shot right there. We're going to go for it. Oh man, this Fallen Julia. I love this Julia so much. Such a great unit. Alright, let's go for the dance, and let's try to get her in range. And let's just move all of my units to the top so we can use the mountain to our advantage. Alright, we got Drexter Rose in the chat. I'm sad Hilda didn't get her Three Houses quote, Hilda. Yeah, well, this guy, he's got double Hildas, so he's pretty much going in with that theme as well. Alright, so Hectare's got... okay, he has Special Fighter and he has Armored Boots. And unfortunately, Julia's not going to be able to take care of this Hectare right now, so we're probably going to need Edelgard to do that. I'm going to go ahead and reposition her down, and wow. Okay. Look at this Hectare here, man. He is actually causing us some problems. Very interesting. Okay. Honestly, I'm surprised that Edelgard can't survive getting hit by this guy. Alright, well, I would have to... yeah, you know, as long as we have Julia not adjacent to Edelgard, we should get away with it. Because, of course, Edelgard is stronger when she's... wow, she still loses? Okay. Alright, well, I wasn't expecting that. Alright, this Hectare is pretty badass over here. How are we going to deal with this Hectare? Okay, yeah. Okay, this time Edelgard can survive. Hectare is not getting buffed to his attack this time around, so... alright, Edelgard is going to come in clutch this time. Alright, we got Don Chihuahua in the chat. I like that name. Who do you think is going to be this month's Mythic Hero? I have absolutely no idea, to be honest with you. I'm not really, like, one of those types of YouTubers that does any sort of predictions or, like, thoughts on what the future may hold. I'm, like, more of a live-in-the-moment kind of guy, and I just go with the flow. If something happens, then I'm cool with it. I don't really like to use my brain too much and think about what could be coming in the future. Alright, so we have our special built up now. We're going to be able to finish off this Tiki over here. Yup. Alright, good girl Julia getting all the KOs for us. Yeah, Hectare is a flexer. Absolutely. That man was flexing on us pretty bad there. managing to take care of my Edelgard even through color disadvantage. Alright, this guy's got legendary Edelgard, legendary Marth, and then Azura and Lakche. Alright, so let's see the map here. Okay, we're on the lava map there. Alright, so we need somebody that can deal with Lakche. And who do I have that can do that? Yeah, probably this team here. The flying team is very good on this map, so... Yeah, and then for Edelgard, I think Tana should be okay. Actually, you know, I'm not sure on that, to be honest. Edelgard is so good defensively, and then she has distant counter, so... I don't actually know if Tana's going to be able to beat this Edelgard. Even if we have Blade Tome with maximum buffs. So let me see if I have something else we can use real quick. Alright, we do have this team here with the... Alright, Brave Celica should be fine against her. Not so much against Lakche, though. She is kind of a problem for us. She has Repel, and she's got Attack and Speed solo. Yeah, you know, I think we just have to go in with this team right here. Oh, wait, because she has Attack and Speed solo, she doesn't have distant counters, so... Actually, yeah, we shouldn't have too much trouble against her if I go ahead and use this team. And then for Marth, Brave Celica should be good against him. So yeah, I think we should be good if I use this team. Let's just go ahead and try it. Okay. So, Edelgard, let's actually start off on the left-hand corner. Or the right-hand corner, so I can get this Brave Celica to attack Edelgard ASAP. Alright, so she gets danced, and she's going to move in. Not a big deal. Alright, let's see how Celica does. Oh, wow. Look at that, man. Legendary Celica just finishing off this Marth on the defense tile. And he has color advantage, too, so... Wow, of course we're going to go for that. Legendary Celica is so good. Alright, we got David Pan in the chat saying, I told you before, Veronica is the bae. Veronica is pretty cool. I don't have a problem with Veronica. Alright, we're going to have Celica just smash this Edelgard with the Armor Smasher. And we can get the dance and then get out of the way. And then Lakche, okay, hold on. Is Lakche actually going to move first? Yeah, I think she is. Alright, hold on. This could actually be trouble here. So Lakche is going to move first, and then Azura is going to dance on her, and she'll be able to attack my Celica right there. So we might actually be in some trouble. Or no, hold on. I can just do this, right? Yeah, we can do that, and we should be safe now. Alright, actually, I think Shigure might... Oh, wait a second. Why didn't she attack Shigure there? He was in range, right? Why didn't she attack him? That was so weird. She would have probably finished him off, too. Alright, we're gonna have to rely on Legendary Celica to get the KO here. Alright, how much damage does Brave Celica do? Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to attack first with Celica here. And get some damage, and then we should be able to finish her off. Alright, first we have to dance, and then we can attack again. Wow, this Lakche is a real problem for us. But I think we should be able to finish her off after this attack here. And if not, I'm going to have to use an item, so... Alright, yeah, we were able to get the KO. So we're good. Man, Double Lion is so good. Alright, Joseph Pano says she couldn't reach. Okay, that might have been me just miscalculating. Alright, and we can finish off this kiddo Azura here. Alright, Daniel Rivera in the chat saying, I wanted to get Legendary Edelgard, but I'm trying to save for her Brave form. Yeah, I mean, Brave Edelgard is... Well, we don't know what her skills are going to be just yet. I'm sure she's going to be amazing. Just judging by how good the quality of the units have been since... Pretty much since... who was it that started making all the units broken? I think it was Legendary Alm. Like, after they released him, every unit since him has just been, like, over-the-top power crept. So, I think CYL4 has some good prospects to just break the game even further. So, yeah, saving for Brave Edelgard I think is a good idea. Okay, so Repel on this kid Marth, and he's got speed. And this just goes to show that there's, like, so many different ways to build this guy. So he's running Close Call, Distant Counter, and plus speed as the IVs. And there's really no definitive way to build this guy. Like, you could give him Special Spiral with plus attack if you want to go for the Vantage one-shots. You could give him Null Sea Disrupt and plus res if you want him to be a res tank and counter-attack against, like, the Fire Sweep and Dazzling Staff units. So there's really no definitive way on how to build the Kid Marth, but he is a very good unit. Okay, so a lot of green units here. We're going to want to bring someone who's really good and red. Probably this team, I guess. Yeah, this team should be fine here. We have the Blades Home team with Darja. Alright, so I'm going to make sure we get +7 to all stats with Azura being next to her. And, I mean, that's pretty much it. I don't think we're going to have too much trouble in this fight. Darja is going to pretty much one-shot all of these guys after we get the Blades Home buffs. Alright, she has Armor March on Mamori, but not a big deal. Alright, we got Kareem Hazo in the chat. I hope Shinnen and Jill are next. I hope so, man. Like, there's so many Tellius characters that we need to be added to the game, and they just haven't been added yet. So, I would love to get Shinnen and Gatry, because, of course, Gatry has that awesome conversation where he's hitting on trees that are dressed in a skirt. I would love to get some other units, too, like, what's his face? Who is the... why am I forgetting his name? He's like one of my favorite characters. The thief that we get. Volk, right? Yeah. I would love to get Volk. I don't know why I couldn't remember his name just now. He's like pretty much my favorite thief in all the Fire Emblem games. So he would be awesome. Of course, Marcia would be awesome too with her Oh Crackers line. I love that one. Makalov would be pretty cool too. There's just so many Tellius characters, and it really sucks that Tellius got pretty much devolved into the Beast game, where they only like to release Beast units if they're going to go with Tellius. There's just so much more to Tellius than the Laguz units, and I would love to get all the really awesome Bay Orcs from that game. Also, Z-Arc. Z-Hark would be awesome. There's Stefan as well. Stefan is really cool. Okay, this guy here, he's got double armors and then double marts. So, let's see what I have to take them on. Alright, I think we may go with the flying team for this one. It is the zipper map, but he has 3 red units, and my +10 Resplendent Cordelia is pretty badass, so we should be able to take care of these guys. Alright, let's just make sure that I'm getting the maximum buffs from my Blades Home units here with the buffs. Alright, we got Pokey Goldmine in the chat. Yo, I'm still waiting for Astrid. Astrid would be pretty awesome. She doesn't really stand out too much in her own games in Tellius, but I feel like Astrid could be a unit that would be amazing in this game. Because, of course, Fire Emblem Heroes has that bias for cavalry units that have range, so she could end up being really awesome. And I think I just screwed up royally here because there's no way to get Cordelia out of the way. And she could be hit by Surtur and also Myrrh here. Myrrh is also going to get us with Panic Ploys, so all of my buffs are going to be reversed on me. Yeah, and she's got so much defense, she's going to be able to double attack as well. Alright, do I have something I can use here? Alright, we could use the Panic Charm, but that's not really going to do us any good. Huh. Okay, well, I probably should have thought that through a little bit more. Yeah, well, I mean, if Surtur attacks, we should be fine anyway, and Myrrh would double attack me, but like, the only problem is that she's gonna get us with Panic Ploy. If I can... There's really nothing I can do to attack her right now, though. Alright, let's see if Tana can actually... Oh, okay. Alright, there we go. Tana can come in the clutch and get the KO on Marth, so we don't have to worry. Alright, good girl, Tana. Shoutouts to Tana. She was my first Fire Emblem waifu from Sacred Stones, so always love it when Tana can help us out. Alright, we got Ibra Bobo in the chat. Really hope that they get into the game soon. Yeah, there's so many units that they need to add. When it comes to Fire Emblem Heroes, there's just so much potential, but I feel like we're just going to play the waiting game for a while, because they like to release the alts before releasing, like, new characters, since alts tend to sell well if it's an alt of a good character. Like Ike, for example, he's got a bunch of alts, and Ike is a unit that just sells. That's probably why they gave us the Fallen Ike as opposed to the Fallen Grail, because even though Fallen Ike never happened, he does probably have more sale value on a banner for them. Alright, Cass is saying there hasn't been any Blue Bow Cav. Yeah, I would love it if they just... The thing is, they made Python and Wrath the exact same color, and I have no idea why they did that. Like, why would they release two demotes into the 4-star pool at the same time that are both green cavalry? They should have made Wrath red or something, like, just to differentiate them a little bit. And they even have similar stat lines too, so it's really awkward that they're like the same unit. Okay, we have Legendary Kromm, the bane of my existence on this map. Peony and Legendary Leaf as well, and the kid Marth. Alright, so who am I going to use to fight them? We're gonna clean Kromm's clock here with Brave Ike. He is like the best way to deal with Kromm. And we also have Brave Lucino on this team too, so this Kromm is about to get clapped by my favorite unit in the game, so alright, here he comes, and just like I thought, he's getting destroyed. Always fun to destroy this guy, because he just sucks. When I have to fight him in arena, and my whole team is like all armored units, it's just really unfun. Alright, so Leaf over here, not a big deal. We can get the double attack, and even though this Kid Marth... Oh, here is actually a defensive Kid Marth, because he's got Mirror Stance and Null Follow-Up. And he's running Time's Pulse as well, so he... Wow. Wait, why is he running Glimmer instead of Hero's Blood? That's really awkward. Alright, other than that, though, I mean, this is a pretty decent Marth build. I don't know why you would take off Hero's Blood for Glimmer, but okay. Sure. Alright, we're gonna have Ike finish off this Leaf here. And I should be good if I just get Lucina over here to support Ike. And we don't have any buffs on Ike right now, so let's just get the dance with Peony to give him some buffs. And I'm pretty sure Ike should be able to beat this Marth. Oh wow, he's doing 29 damage times 2. Alright, hold on. We might actually be in a little bit of trouble here. Alright, Aether's gonna heal us, but then he's gonna get danced and attack us again. Alright, yeah, Ike should be fine. We have all of that damage reduction, so... Yeah, I mean, 32 damage with a special turned into 10 damage there. Ike is so busted. They really gave us a good one with that Irvine refine. And they knew they made him awesome, because they also made him free to play with the whatchamacallit, the Hero's Path missions. So they just wanted everyone to have a copy of him. Alright, full-on Dragon Emblem team here with Nagi and a whole bunch of Tikis. So my final team of the day, we have another Flyer team here. And none of these guys have Distant Defense 4, so we should be good. Wait, hold on. Do we actually have a way to deal with this Tiki here? I mean, I guess we could take her on with the Flying Azura. Yeah, and then... Yeah, we should be good with this team, I'm pretty sure. Alright, we got Apple O in the chat. Hey, Tacho, you still feeling better from getting the virus or whatever? Yeah, I don't think it was the virus. I just had spring fever. I have really bad allergies, so I think it was spring fever that just hit me hard. And I had a bad cough, like, at the start of February, or, like, towards the end of February up until, like, March, when the virus was really going around. So I had assumed that I just caught the virus because, I mean, that's what people were catching, right? But I don't think I had the virus. I just had some kind of spring fever or hay fever or whatever it is. And my allergies were acting up, so I had a bad cough. And it didn't last too long. It only lasted like a couple of days. So I'm perfectly fine now. I don't think I'm sick anymore. I don't think I caught the virus either, so I have been staying in quarantine. If I don't have to go anywhere, I try not to. Alright, so Naki over here, she's going to move off the defense tile, and we'll be able to get her with my Halloween Nowie on the next turn. Alright, but they're making it hard on me. They're doing all these reposition shenanigans. Alright, you know, I'm just going to go ahead and pop an item. We could probably get this round done without using any items, but like, I just want to go ahead and get this over with so we can start doing the unit reviews. So I'm going to pop the Panic Charm here, and we're going to finish off this Tiki here. Alright, we got RDX Gamer in the chat. Oh, what's up, my boy? Glad you could make it to the stream. And we got Pearl in the chat saying, Wolf and Sedgar as red and blue bow calves would be totally really nice. Yeah. Wolf and Sedgar, they're from... Which game was it? Shadow Dragon? My least favorite Fire Emblem game, unfortunately. I really don't like Shadow Dragon. What I really don't like about it is that the reclass feature in Shadow Dragon really wasn't that good. You could just reclass any unit into anything you wanted, and there was like no restrictions on it. So if you wanted, you could just make all your units like flying units that have the maximum range and the maximum like reach, and they won't get affected by any map shenanigans or anything like that. So it felt really cheap that you could just destroy game balance like that and have all your units do the same thing pretty much. And then like Shadow Dragon is also the only game where you're forced to make your units die. So I really didn't like that either. Because if you want to access the guidance chapters, you have to... Like, I think it's... Every map is like a certain number of units you have to die. So you can access the guidance, and that was really silly. I didn't like that at all. Like, we're so used to playing Fire Emblem games and not having any of our units die that... The fact that they wanted us to do that was so low. I didn't like it at all. So, this is a long list. I have a laundry list of reasons why I dislike Shadow Dragon. But let's not get into that too much here, because I'll probably just get upset. Alright, and we are done with the Arena Assault run. We didn't really get the highest scoring fights to show up there, so we came shy of coming at a 5,300 score. Yeah, wow, I might have to actually replay this run here. Because I'm not sure if this is going to hold for a top 1K. Yeah, well, I mean, like I said before, I wish the suspend feature allowed us to refresh the fights as well, but whatever. Alright, and let's just real quick collect my rewards from playing in that mode, and then... Okay, we have a whole bunch of people sending friend requests, so... We're just going to hop right in, and we're going to go ahead and do the unit reviews now. So I'm going to try to do as many as I can. And of course, I might not be able to get to everyone, but we do live stream every Wednesdays. And if you don't get a unit review done today, then you can totally come back again next week, and I'll try to get to you. Alright, so one quick look at the chat before we get started here. Alright, Selfie is saying New Year's Azura is the cutest Azura. Yeah, I guess so. I like the New Year outfit that she has on. I think my favorite Azura is actually still the Day 1 Lance Azura overall. Not so much the Resplendent alt, but I do like her OG artwork that we had. Alright, so let's just get started here with the unit reviews. We're going to start things off with Lightning Lag and his Thrasir. Alright, we got a +6 Thrasir here with plus defense as the Ivies. I don't think I need to comment on this, but plus speed is definitely her best because she has a super boon in speed, and then Killing Intent grants her the instant desperation effect. So you're going to want her to just have as much speed as possible. Also because of Flashing Blade 4, if you want to ramp into your special. So, pretty much the base kit here, except with the Swift Sparrow Sacred Seal. So, I mean, this is a really good Thracier build, pretty much. Not much to comment on, just if you can get plus speed, obviously that's what you're going to want to go for. And you still have 4 more copies to summon to try and get the plus speed before getting plus 10. So, good luck with that. Hopefully you can get plus speed on that Thracier. Alright, we got Kerboy over here with his young Kata. Okay, plus attack, minus res. That's pretty good. I mean, plus attack Ivies work out very nicely on this Kata. I think that's probably her best as far as, like, effectiveness goes. But see, the thing about this Kata is that if you take plus speed for the Super Boon, that's going to put her BST at 170. So you're not going to need to run a dual skill on her in that case if you're going to play her in a mode like Arena or something like that. So plus speed is her best technically if you just want to care about scoring. But if you only care about how good she's going to be when she's fighting, then I think plus attack is the best. And it's pretty much the base kit here with Fierce Stance and Aether. I don't know if you want Aether on her because she's going to heal HP if she has Aether, and that's not what she's trying to do. Because Feather Sword gives her the built-in Vantage effect, and you're probably going to want to have her low on HP so she can Vantage counter the units. So maybe not Aether, maybe something else like, I don't know, Moonbow or Glimmer would work fine. Try to go with something that's a low-cost special. Otherwise, this is a very good build, of course. Kata is super busted. Alright, so we have Neku over here with a +7 Itsuki. Okay, now, this guy's weapon, you gotta be like a lawyer to keep track of how many things this guy's weapon does. So, it's effective against dragons. It gives him defense up 3. And then if unit initiates combat, he gets a bonus to attack and defense equal to 3 plus the number of allies who have already acted times 2. So, up to a max value of 7. I think that needs, like, 2 of your units need to have acted before him in order to get the maximum buff for that. And then he also has one if the foe initiates, where if the number of foes who have acted times 2 is subtracted by 7 up to a minimum value of 3, basically. So, alright, I totally worded that really badly, but, I mean, this guy, his effect, basically it just gives him a ton of attack and defense. Just, that's all I take away from it. So, swap, soul, distant counter, advantage, joint hone speed, and swift stance. Looks like a pretty good build. I mean, effective against dragons with Vantage is going to be very nice in Arena. And with distant counter, he can pretty much counterattack anybody. Soul as the special, of course. And then joint hone speed for scoring, and swift stance as well for scoring. I don't really think there's too much else I would recommend here. Like, maybe for the seal, maybe instead of swift stance, go for mirror stance so he gains some attack. But it is nice to raise his speed because he's not really that quick. But with joint hone speed and swift stance, he will be able to get a bit of speed there so he can avoid getting double attacked. So yeah, I mean, I think this is pretty fine. I don't really have too much to comment on. Maybe if you care about scoring, then go for Aether as the special. And that's pretty much it, really. There's not much else to comment on. Very good unit and very good build there. Okay, so we have Winter Ephraim here from our friend Bicolor. Okay, so Festive Siegmund. This is a really good weapon, actually, because it does -1 special cooldown, and then when he's not adjacent, he gets +4 to all stats. So, very nice weapon, especially if you're going to run him as a Gale Forcer with Bold Fighter. And that's exactly what he's doing. So, Gale Force, Bold Fighter, attack and defense solo, armored boots, and savage blow. Yep, pretty good Ephraim build. Now, this guy has a super boon and plus attack if you can get that. But, I mean, you're not going to get too many copies of this guy that often, so I would say probably stock up on him. There is one free copy that we can get from the compile shop. So, if you wanted to go for the merge on this guy with the free copy and erase his Bane so he's no longer going to be minus defense, I think that would be okay. But, I mean, it's hard to argue going for a merge on this guy over using him for Bold Fighter. So that's going to be up to you whether you want to remove the Bane or just go for Bold Fighter as the fodder skill. But overall, very good build, and I love this unit. I use him all the time in Mjolnir's Strike. He's very good there. Alright, next up we've got Deku. Okay, plus attack Kid Marth with Null Sea Disrupt. Pretty good build. I mean, this is exactly the build that most people run. Brazen attack and speed as the Sacred Seal. Speed and defense oath, that's his default. A distant counter, of course. Hero's Blood and Null Sea Disrupt, so not really too much to comment on here. Very good build, and it's going to work out very nicely in all the modes pretty much. Plus attack as the Ivies, I like that, so he can do a little bit more damage. Yeah, pretty good Marth build here, and it just goes to show there's so many ways you could run this guy, so if you wanted in the future, you could give him Special Spiral from the free copy of Levin that we have in the compile shop. And Special Spiral works a little better if you want to nuke with him and have him just get the one-shots when he has Vantage ready. But otherwise, this is very good. Alright, we got Zell over here with a +6 Kid Marth. Alright, this guy's running Wrath as the special. Okay. Wrath is very good on him as well, because you can use it to charge up Hero's Blood, and then it's also going to deal +10 damage. So if you're going to run Wrath, I think the best option for his C slot is going to be Time's Pulse. So Time's Pulse is going to combo very nicely with Wrath, and he's always going to be able to charge up to his special at the start of the turn when he's low on HP. So keep that in mind, that's a good idea to run him with. And instead of Swift Sparrow, you probably want to go for Brazen Attack and Speed, because Wrath wants him to be low on HP, and so does the Rapier, so he can get access to that Vantage effect. So yeah, those are my recommendations for this build. Go for Time's Pulse in the C slot, and go for Brazen Attack and Speed. Very good build though, very good unit. And once again, another different way you can run that Kid Marth. Okay, we got this guy over here saying me trash with a sad face, and then he's got a level 11 Brave Alm. Well, I mean, there's not really much to say about this unit. Just go ahead and level him up first, and then we can talk. Alright, we got Ukes over here. Okay, I love to see this. +10 Altana. This is a really awesome unit. Okay, so her weapon is really cool because it gives her lull attack and defense 5. And first of all, that's not even a skill that exists in the game, so you're not able to get lull attack and defense 5. But on top of that, you wouldn't even be able to get it even if it existed, because this is a flying unit and they're not able to inherit those skills in the first place. So it's really awesome that she comes with that. And it also gives her defense up 3, so pretty good weapon for defense. And we have Reposition, Bonfire, Sturdy Stance 3, oh man. Alright, Sturdy Stance 3, that means a duo Idun had to die for this build. But I approve, because it's worth it on this unit. Alright, Quick Repost 3, Attack Smoke 3, and IO Shield. Very good build here. I mean, if you're going to fight only melee type opponents, then she is going to body them all pretty much. You could even opt for going with Distant Counter on this build if you wanted, but I mean, Sturdy Stance 3 is going to help out so much in the physical matchups that you probably may not want to go for Distant Counter. And she has, like, she's one of those units with Deceptive Res as well. I believe she has a Super Boon in Res if you want to go plus Res with the Ivies. And then because she has lull attack and defense 5 on the weapon, her Res is going to start to look a lot better than you might think. So Distant Counter actually does work on her if you want to go that way, but I think this is fine here. This is going to be really nice against physical types. So very awesome unit, very awesome build. Shoutouts to Ukes for that one. I really like looking at units like this. And in fact, let's go ahead and add him as a friend so I can use that unit in some of the friend modes that let me use my friend units. Alright, so over here we've got TCS8 or TCS-K8. Alright, with a +10 or a +5 New Year Anna over here. I like this unit a lot. She's very good. I like her artwork too. Pretty adorable Anna art. It took us like 3 years before we got an alt of Anna. That's really weird to me because Anna's in like every Fire Emblem game. She's always the shopkeeper. So it's really weird that they waited this long to give us another copy of Anna, but it is nice that we finally got one. So Slaying Bow, Reposition, Luna, Fury Force, Special Spiral, Even Attack Wave, and Brazen Attack and Speed. So very good build, of course. Slaying Bow is going to bring Luna down to a one-hit cooldown, and as soon as she activates that for the first time in combat, Special Spiral is going to kick in, and she's basically going to have Luna ready for every confrontation after that point. So, very good stuff. Also, Fury 4 is helping her get to Brazen Attack and Speed, because it does that chip damage. Very awesome build here. I like it a lot. And if you've got units on the team, like if you're running this Anna to clear Abyssal content, she's going to be amazing at that, and she's going to clear like every map pretty much with Dancer support. So very awesome unit here. Shoutouts to the homie TCSK8 for showing us that one. Alright, we got Zion over here. I love this accessory, by the way. This like dunce cap accessory that... I know it's the mage cap that all the mages use, but to me it just looks like a dunce cap, so it's always funny to see people running this accessory on their units. So, dunce cap Olwen over here. She is a level 40 plus 2. Alright, Thunderhead, this is a really nice refine. Now, to my knowledge, they actually had a glitch with this refine where it didn't work the way it was intended. So it says if unit or ally initiates combat against a foe within 2 spaces, they're going to take speed and res -5. But see, the thing is, it didn't work for your allies at first. Or I think it only worked for your allies and it didn't work for Olwen. I don't remember how that glitch worked exactly, but basically it should be fixed by now where both Olwen and the ally will be able to make use of this effect. So it's very good, of course. Speed and res -5 is nice. And then it has the Blade Tome effect as well, so, I mean, did we really need a refine on this Olwen? I personally don't think so. If they were going to refine one of them, I think the blue Olwen deserved it way more. But whatever, I mean, refining that blue Olwen would have also meant refining the Reinhardt, because they both have Dire Thunder. And I don't think Insys wants to go ahead and do that just yet. Alright, but for this build, we have Swift Sparrow 3. Chill Speed 3, Odd Attack Wave 3, and Even Attack Wave 3. Okay. So, pulling off the Nino combo there with both Even and Odd Attack Wave. I like it. Always going to get that +6 attack. So, Chill Speed as well, so you can lower the foe's speed and have a better chance for the double attacks. And then Swift Sparrow 3 as well. And, of course, with her weapon doing -5 speed and -5 res, she's going to be able to just tear through opponents real easy. Now, I think maybe instead of Chill Speed 3, you might want to go for Desperation, just so she can hit the foes twice in a row once she gets low on health. And being able to just hit twice in a row with a Blade Tome is going to KO basically every opponent. So, I think I would recommend Desperation on this build. Otherwise, it looks very good. Very nice Olwen there. Alright, we got Aguni over here with a +10 Leon over here. Okay, so he's opted not to run the perf weapon on this Leon. He's instead using Rower Fox. Okay, so if unit initiates combat, inflicts all stats -4 on the foe. Oh, that's actually a pretty good tome. Not too shabby there. I believe you have to sacrifice, what's his face? Hubert to get that, right? So, Hubert had to die to this Leon to get that. I mean, Leon is way cooler than Hubert anyway. I don't like Hubert that much. Even though I chose Black Eagles, Hubert is like my least favorite of the 3 lieutenant characters. So, go ahead and sacrifice him all you want. Alright, Rally Attack and Rally Up Res, Aether, Fortress Defense and Res, Quick Repost, Joint Hone Speed, and Defense Ploy. Very awesome build on this Leon here. So he's going to be a complete defensive animal with that -4 to all stats, and then Fortress Defense and Res 3. Also, Quick Repost so he can get the double attacks, and Joint Hone Speed is going to help patch up his speed a bit. Also, with the -4 speed that he does to the foes with Rower Fox, that's going to be nice. And then he has Quick Repost, so even if the foes can't double him... Alright, wow. I don't know what just happened there. I think I accidentally hit the cord, so... Alright, let's just wait for this to come back. Alright, my bad, guys. Alright, yeah, so... He's got Joint Hone Speed to raise his speed, and then... When you combine that with Rower Fox and the -4 speed from that... He's going to be fast enough to avoid double attacks, and then Quick Repost can ensure he gets a double attack. So, very nice stuff there. I don't know if I'd run Defense Ploy on this build. Probably go for something else like... maybe attack ploy so the foes can't hit him as hard. Or maybe even go for res ploy so he can just hit the foes even harder. Yeah, I think maybe res ploy would be the way to go. Because res ploy with quick repost, he's going to have a better chance to get the KOs when he gets his double attack from quick repost. So yeah, I think that's what I would recommend for this build. Otherwise, very awesome Leon. Alright, we got Iron Mike over here. Iron Mike Tyson. Shoutouts to that. Man, I used to love watching boxing when Mike was in his prime. Unfortunately, I mean, Mike, his career went all downhill after pretty much a lot of things happened to him, actually. But Iron Mike, he was a beast when he was in his prime. I used to love watching his fights. Alright, but anyway, we've got a +10 Kid Marth here. Rapier, Rally Speed and Defense Plus. Hero's Blood, Distant Counter, Special Spiral. Hone Speed 4 and Fierce Stance 3. Pretty good build here. I mean, instead of Fierce Stance, you may want to go for Brazen Attack and Speed. Because once you get into Vantage range, it's just going to raise your damage output by a lot more. And it also has player phase potential, whereas Fierce Stance is only on the enemy phase. So that's my only suggestion, really. Otherwise, this is a very good build. And it's pretty much the build that I run outside of the C skill and the Double Rally Plus. So very nice Marth build there. Alright, we got Joshua over here with a +10 pan. Oh man, this pan is really hard. Alright, hold on. Let me just actually accept him as a friend, because this pan is pretty badass. So Pan's weapon does like everything, man. Pan's weapon does your taxes, it does your laundry, it does the dishes, it does your homework. Like, come on. Tagwell Fang has so many effects. So, effective against cavalry. If unit is adjacent to only beasts or dragons or nobody, she transforms. She gets all stats up 3. At the start of the turn, if she's not adjacent to anyone or if no one is adjacent to her at all, she gets +2 attack, and then when she initiates, she gets -4 attack and defense on the foes and prevents their follow-up. Like, come on, this pan does everything. She has a really crazy weapon, really awesome free-to-play unit here. And also a very good +10 project if people are hoarding their heroic grails. Okay, so attack and speed push 4, Gale Force, Desperation, Defense Smoke, and Heavy Blade. Oh man, come on. This pan is going to be kicking so much ass, especially in Aether Raids if you put her on a defense team. There is no way to bait this unit safely. She's just going to Gale Force on you and then start going to town. There's going to be a ton of shenanigans, and then Heavy Blade and attack and speed push 4. With the -4 attack and defense on her weapon. And with Desperation, like, she's going to be an amazing Gale Forcer as well. Very powerful pan build there. Very awesome. Shoutouts to Joshua. I believe that's Joshua Bitar as well. So, man, a really awesome unit from one of the OG subs on the channel. Really nice stuff there. Alright, so we got a Japanese name with a +10 Edelgard over here. So, looks like a pretty good Edelgard build. He doesn't have Heavy Blade 4, unfortunately, but, I mean, understandable. If you don't want to sacrifice Duo Ephraim, that's fair. He is very good as well, so I probably jumped the gun myself when I sacrificed my own Duo Ephraim to this unit. But it is worth it, and I love Edelgard, so I just had to go for it. So, Attack and Res Solo, Raging Storm, Armored Stride, and Heavy Blade 3, with Gale Force and Pivot. Pretty much the exact same build that I run, except I have Heavy Blade 4, so I can feel free to run Deathblow 3 as the Sacred Seal. But yeah, very good unit, very good Edelgard here, and I'm actually going to go ahead and add that as a friend, so I can use it myself. Oh man, he just started playing out too, because he's only in tier 7. Oh man, this guy, shoutouts to him. He's going to be making some real progress though with this unit. He's going to be climbing up to tier 21 in no time with that. Alright, next up we've got Baldwin over here. Okay, so +3 Norn. Norn is really awesome. So, Guard Bow Plus. We got Ignis, Brazen Speed and Defense, Speed and Defense Link, and Fortify Res. With Breath of Life as the seal. And plus Defense Ivies. Alright, so when it comes to Norn, I mean, Guard Bow is really good for now, but of course, Spendthrift Bow is going to be amazing if you can get that. So, Midori is like the prime candidate to sacrifice to Norn, because you can get Close Foil and you can get the Spendthrift Bow on her. Both of them are going to completely change the game for Norn. She becomes amazing once you do that. So if you ever pull a Midori in the future and you don't want to keep her, I would absolutely recommend sacrificing her to Norn so you can get those skills. And outside of that, I mean, you could go for a Null Sea Disrupt in the B slot on her so she can counterattack any opponent regardless of like Fire Sweep effects or Dazzling Staff effects or anything like that. So Null Sea is very good on her. Other B skills, like right now I can't think too straight, so I'm not sure exactly what else. Maybe a lull skill would be good too. And I mean, you don't have to run close foil on her either if you want to go for distant defense 4 and just have her be a complete range tank and just bait ranged opponents. I think that works as well. So there's a lot of ways you can build Norn. She's a very versatile character. And it's real awesome that she got downgraded to 3-star. So really easy to summon her. If you guys are summoning on the banners and you're pulling Norn, I would hold on to her and at least turn her into combat manuals so you can go for the merges later. Because this unit is fantastic and she's going to be really helpful if you fully invest in her. So very good unit here. Other options, I mean, for the C slot, there's really nothing to say. Either go for joint drive attack or just whatever you want for support. There's really not too many options in the C slot that actually help the unit themselves besides joint drive attack. I guess Pulse Smoke is very good too. Like if you're using her to bait in Aether raids, then Pulse Smoke is very good against infantry pulse teams. And for the Sacred Seal, maybe go for distant defense instead. So you can double up on distant defense and the guard bow effect, of course. And she's going to be crazy against ranged units with that. But otherwise, I mean, try to go for some more merges on this unit because she is very good when you fully invest in her. Alright, next up we've got Fernando with a plus 10 Nino. Always love to see plus 10 Ninos. She is still doing her best even to this day. Alright, bonus doubler is very nasty with the Blade's Home. Desperation, odd attack wave, because Iris's Tome comes with even attack wave built in. So this Nino is always going to have plus 6 attack, and honestly it's going to be plus 12 attack because she has bonus doubler. So very nice combo there. And then with Heavy Blade and Desperation, she can ramp into her special attack. I don't know if you would want to go with Aether here, because Aether and Desperation don't really mix too well. Because Aether, of course, has that heal, and you don't really want to heal your HP. If you're running Desperation, probably go for something like Glimmer or Moonbow instead. Probably Glimmer, because she's going to have tons and tons of attack. And yeah, I mean, I think that's really the only other thing I would suggest. Probably just change her special to Glimmer or Moonbow. And that's pretty much it. Nino is a very good unit. Alright, next up we've got Pixel. Okay, this guy's got a plus 10 Arvis. That's pretty awesome. Arvis is like one of my most hated characters. Not because I hate him as a character, but I just hate what he did to Sigurd. Sigurd is my second favorite lord in the entire series, only behind Ike. So the way Arvis just did Sigurd so dirty, I am not a fan, but I mean, it is what it is. So Valflame, it does attack and res -4 on foes in cardinal directions, as long as he has more res. And then we also have Sabotage Speed on this build. So he's going to be a debuffing expert on the opponents and lowering their stats pretty bad. Fortress Defense and Res, very good call, so you can raise his res even more. And then he's got Defense Ploy. Okay, so this guy is going to be debuffing all the foes pretty much. Speed and Res 2 as the seal as well, so he has even more res. I like it. I mean, this is a very good build for support. And we have Glacies as the special too, so he's going to be doing a ton of damage. Yeah, very awesome Arvis build here, and very good use of Valflame with all the debuffs you've got here. Sabotage Speed and Defense Ploy, very good stuff. I believe this guy has a unique B-slot passive, actually. Let me just double check here. Doesn't he have, like, Healing Ring or something like that? I forget what it was called. Yeah, okay, so he has Recover Ring. This is a unique B-slot skill only on him. And it's pretty much just Renewal 4 at this point. So recovers 10 HP at the start of every turn, but it's not really all that good. It would be pretty awesome if they did a refine, though, for Renewal 3 and upgraded it to Renewal 4. But, I mean, we'll see. Because so far they haven't done any any, whatchamacallit, level 4 B-slot skills. So it would be interesting if Renewal gets that. But overall, very good Arvis. Let me actually add this guy, because I'll totally have a ton of fun using that Arvis myself. Alright, next up we've got a Legendary Roy here at plus 10. Okay, so Dragon Bind, Reposition, Aether, Bonus Doubler, Special Spiral, Human Virtue, and Flashing Blade. Alright, very good build, of course. Special Spiral is very nice with Aether, so you can quick charge it. And he is very fast, so having Flashing Blade to ramp into her special even faster. Looks like a pretty solid build, and Bonus Doubler, of course, very good. Not too much to comment on here. It's going to work out very well. Human Virtue, of course, is very nice with Bonus Doubler as well. So, yeah, I mean, Legendary Roy is one of the better distant counter infantry units that we have. Maybe if you're running him in a different mode, you may want to go with, like, Null Sea Disrupt or Lull Attack and Defense or something like that. But I think this is going to work out pretty well. Very nice use of Special Spiral with Aether there. So, pretty good build. Pretty awesome unit. Alright, I like this guy. Snake on a horse. It's not snakes on a plane, it's snakes on a horse here. So we have Python. I don't know what the deal is with these Fire Emblem characters with the names being like super badass. Like we have Python, we got Saber. We had what's his name from, oh man, Wolf, right? Wolf in Fire Emblem 1. So there's like a whole bunch of Fire Emblem characters just named after animals, and I don't know why, but it's pretty awesome. So Python with the short bow over here. Bonfire as a special, attack and speed solo. Chill speed, rouse speed and defense, and Swift Sparrow. Okay, pretty good build. Plus speed. I'm not sure if this guy has plus speed as his super boon, but I'm not even sure if he has any super boons actually. I'd have to double check on that. Short bow, I believe this is the Wodao bow. Yep, pretty much. So, plus 10 damage when he uses a special attack. And he's got pretty nice defense, so that's going to work out pretty well with Bonfire. Attack and speed solo, of course, very good for these ranged horses, because when they attack, they are very likely to end up being way out of the way from the rest of the units. And rouse speed and defense, so he can raise his speed and defense pretty much. And Swift Sparrow as the seal. Yeah, I mean, I don't really think I have too many comments to add here. Maybe instead of attack and speed solo, attack and speed push would be a little better. And then you can run Desperation in the B slots so you can get the instant double attacks and hit the foes twice in a row. But otherwise, I mean, this looks pretty fine to me. Very good Python build and very awesome name. I'm actually going to add him as a friend because that's pretty cool. Alright, we got Caden over here. Okay, Caden with a plus 10 Resplendent Azura. I like it. So, Slaying Lance, Sing, Gale Force, Blue Dual Infantry, Wrath, Infantry Pulse, and Flashing Blade. Alright, now the thing about Wrath and Gale Force is that they don't actually work together. So, Gale Force activates outside of combat, and Wrath is not going to give you plus 10 damage if you have Gale Force ready, unfortunately. So, I don't think you want to run Wrath on this Azura. Probably go with Wings of Mercy. It just works out really well on these dancing units. Infantry Pulse, of course, is very good. Flashing Blade is very good too, so she can ramp into Gale Force. And Blue Dual Infantry is going to be nice if you're running her in arena modes. So, I mean, pretty good stuff. The only thing I would say, maybe instead of going with the attack refine, go for the speed refine. So that way she's going to be able to activate Flashing Blade a little bit easier. But yeah, I mean, otherwise, just change Wrath for... I mean, Wings of Mercy is a good call. Also, Escape Route works out too if you want to have her flip a bolt trap and then be able to jump to any unit afterwards. So yeah, pretty good build on Azura. I'm actually going to go ahead and add that to my friends list too, so I can use her myself. Alright, we got Revan over here with a plus 6 Alm. Very good unit. Okay, Swift Sparrow 3, Null Follow-Up, Rouse Attack and Defense, and Swift Sparrow 2. With plus attack as the Ivies, so pretty good stuff. This Alm is like one of the hardest units in the game to bait. He's just so good, like, I love this Alm so much. But he is annoying to deal with, especially with null follow-up, because, like I said just now, it's hard to bait him. So really, to deal with this Alm, you got to take him out on the player phase and try to attack him before he attacks you. But otherwise, I mean, this is a very good build. Double Swift Sparrow and null follow-up, so he can double attack anybody. Lunar Flash is going to deal a ton of damage as well. So pretty good stuff overall. Maybe, you know, in the C slot, you could go with Times Pulse. So he's going to have a faster time building into Lunar Flash. But I don't even know if you really need it, to be honest, because Lunar Flash is already pretty quick to charge anyway. So yeah, I mean, not much else to say. Very good Alm build. Alright, we got a Legendary Hectare over here at +5. So pretty much the base kit, I mean, yeah, this is exactly the base kit on Hectare. I believe Draconic Aura was his special attack. So really, all I can say is just go for Aether, so you can score a little bit higher if you're running him in Arena. And for the Sacred Seal, maybe go for Distant Defense or like Mirror Stance or something like that, so you can raise his res. Because Hectare's res isn't really the best, and you will want to use him to bait some magic-type opponents. But otherwise, I mean, the base kit Hectare is very good. Ostia's Pulse is super clutch, because you can get -1 cooldown on pretty much any type of ally, regardless of movement type. And that's nice, of course, because Infantry Pulse only works on infantry class units. So this Hectare actually aged pretty decently well. The only downside is that Thunder Armads kind of became fodder, because Null Sea Disrupt, or not Null Sea Disrupt, but Null Follow-Up exists, and it's pretty common on a lot of units. So he's not able to negate the foe's follow-up attacks anymore, or at least not in every situation. But Ostia's Pulse alone was enough to just keep this guy relevant forever. So, love the Legendary Hectare, of course. Alright, we got a Man in Black over here. Here comes the Men in Black. Galaxy Defenders, of course. Alright, so Legendary Ike. We got Ragnall, Radiant Aether, Warding Stance 2, Quick Repost 2, Infantry Pulse 3, and Distant Defense 2. Alright, so this looks like an incomplete build here. This guy is still probably grinding up SP to get the skills on this unit. So Warding Breath, of course, is what you want, as well as Quick Repost 3 and Distant Defense 3 is the seal, if you can get enough Sacred Coins to level that up. Otherwise, I mean, this looks pretty fine. Now, one thing that people like to run on this guy is Special Spiral, because you take a hit with the Breath skill equipped, and then it's going to be -2 cooldown, and you get -2 cooldown if you have Special Spiral. So every counter attack you do with this guy is going to be a Radiant Aether to the face. So Special Spiral's pretty good on this build. Actually, let me just quickly show you guys my Legendary Ike, just so we can get a better example. Alright, so this is my Legendary Ike. So, Warding Breath with Special Spiral works out very nicely with Radiant Aether, since it's a 4-hit cooldown. So, this is the build that I like to run on him. And for the Sacred Seal, I tend to go either Quick Repost or something to raise his res, like Distant Defense. Or you could go with Warding Stance or Mirror Stance if you prefer to use those, because res is really his only weakness. But otherwise, I mean, this guy is really awesome, even to this day. He might not hold up too well anymore because his weapon is just Distant Counter, but I mean, they're probably bound to refine Ragnall at some point, because of course we got this bad boy over here, and he's just way better. So I'm expecting them to do a refine at some point for all of these Distant Counter weapons, because I mean, just look at this guy's weapon. It's Distant Counter, and then it reverses all penalties pretty much. That is insane. So this Fallen Ike is crazy. Alright, let's get back to the unit reviews. Okay, I think we got a whole bunch of new units here, so we're going to start from the top once again, and then once I get back to where we were, we're going to go back to the bottom. Alright, so we got Villicon over here. This guy is a +10 Kid Marth. Harsh Command Plus, Special Spiral, Times Pulse, and Brazen Attack and Speed. I'm not too sure if you need Times Pulse if you're going to run Special Spiral. It seems like a little bit overkill there, because Special Spiral is all you need, really. But I guess for the first time that he's going to use his special, Times Pulse will be nice. Yeah, well, I mean, you could also go with, like, Infantry Pulse on your other units to charge Hero's Blood faster if you wanted to do that. But, I mean, I don't know. Like, if you're going to run Times Pulse, I feel like Null Sea Disrupt or, like, Lull Attack and Defense or something else in the B slot would probably be better if you're going to use Times Pulse. But I do like Special Spiral a lot on this unit. And Harsh Command Plus is pretty good for an assist, so definitely keep that. But otherwise, I mean, yeah, like the only thing I think is Times Pulse and Special Spiral kind of don't really need to be on the same build, but if you just want it for the first time that he gets his special ready, then I guess it's fine there. But otherwise, like, you could go with Joint Drive Attack in the C slot or like Defense Smoke. There's a lot of things you could run in the C slot on this guy if you're just going to focus on Vantage killing. So yeah, I mean, just think about it a little bit. If you want to keep Times Pulse, then go with a different B skill, or if you want to keep Special Spiral, then go with a different C slot skill. There's a ton of options. This guy is super versatile unit. So just consider which one of those skills you think is going to be better for you. Alright, we got Anos over here with a plus 10 Bearcat. Okay, I love seeing these plus 10, like, underrated units all the time. It's always best to build your favorites and just have as much fun with them. Alright, so we got Bearcat's Lance Plus with plus res and plus HP. So, reposition, Aether, Steady Stance 4. Oh, man. A Surtur had to die for this build. Alright, RIP Surtur. Quick Repost, Odd Res Wave, and Mirror Stance. So, pretty good build. I mean, the only thing I don't like is that you're not running distant counters, so he does have a ton of res, and that is nice to be able to counterattack res units. But, I mean, Steady Stance 4 is going to be really good too, and it has the guard effect built in, so that's nice. If you're just going to stick this guy up against Dragon-type units that he doesn't need quick repo, or he doesn't need distant counter for, this build is going to be just fine, of course. But if you want him to counterattack magic, then distant counter would be nice. But otherwise, I mean, this is a very good build. Bearcat's Lance giving him plus 7 res, and then quick repost and sturdy stance with mirror stance. Like, it's going to be really hard for melee type units to get through this guy. And another nice thing is that effective against cavalry is like one of the most underused effective type damage. So it's going to be rare for units to deal effective damage to this Bearcat. So very awesome unit here, actually. Very good build. I'm going to add this guy. So I can just meme on people in like Grand Conquest with that awesome Bearcat. Alright, next up we've got this Lance Brave guy over here with a Duo Pala plus attack. Oh man, he's living the dream. Shoutouts to plus attack. So, Mirror Impact, Desperation, Gold Flyers, and Glimmer. Yeah, I mean, there's really not much to comment on. This unit is super busted. One of the best duo units in the game, and if you want my honest opinion, I think she's the best player phase unit in the game, too. Because, like, she can just power through any unit. There is no baiting this Pala. So, maybe instead of Glimmer, you want to go for Gale Force, but, I mean, the thing about this Pala is that she's so powerful. She actually hits the foes so hard that she can get one-shots in most cases. So it's very hard for her to ramp into Gale Force, even if you have, like, Heavy Blade as the seal and then Desperation. But otherwise, I mean, being able to hit 4 times in a row, of course, is very good. I would probably recommend the Heavy Blade Sacred Seal on her, because not a lot of units are going to have more attack than her. And maybe go for Gale Force over Glimmer, but it really doesn't matter. Like, specials don't even matter on this unit. If you guys saw the showcase that I did of her, I had, like, no special equipped at all. And we were still tearing through absolutely everything. So, I mean, pretty good unit. There's not much to comment on. Very good build. Of course, Desperation is nice. Alright, next up we've got this guy over here. So, a +2 Day 1 Eliwood. Very nice. This guy is really awesome, of course. So, Blazing Durandal, Gale Force, Steady Blow 2, Desperation, and Ward Cavalry, with plus attack as the Ivies. Alright, so I don't think there's too much to comment on here. Maybe for the A slot, go for Swift Sparrow 3. And everyone has a free copy of Swift Sparrow 3 from the compile shop. All you gotta do is take the Dancing Ishtar from there. So you may want to give it on this guy, and this guy is a really good investment option for the plus 10 and all of the high investment skills, because he's gonna pay off really well. Everyone can plus 10 this guy pretty much. He's very easy to summon. And because Blazing Durandal is so busted as a refine, he's going to be showing his work in like every single mode you put him in. So very good stuff there. Alright, next up we've got a Duma. This guy is Joeri. I think that's how you say that name. Forgive me if I'm not saying that name correctly, but... Oh, interesting. We have a Miracle Duma over here. You don't really see Miracle too often on a unit like this. Distant Counter, Vantage, Upheaval, and Brazen Attack and Res. I'm actually not sure if Miracle is the best call on him, though, but it is nice to see. But, like, you're not really going to be able to ramp into that. Like, if you're going to run Miracle, I think you want to go with Bold Fighter. Because Bold Fighter is going to ramp into Miracle, and you're going to be able to hit the foes twice in a row. So, if you want to run Miracle Duma, then definitely go for Bold Fighter. But if you want to run Vantage, then probably go for something else as this special attack. Like, I don't know what that might be. Maybe, like, Bonfire or Soul or something to heal. It's going to be up to you on that. But I do like his weapon. His weapon is really good because it gives him attack up 3. And then, if the foe is not on full health, which is going to be, like, all the time because he has Upheaval, he's going to gain attack and res up 6 during combat, and he's going to negate the foe's follow-up. So, a very good weapon for sure. And it combos very nicely. Upheaval is very good, of course, in Aether Raids as well. So, he's good to set up on a defense team if you put a bunch of Anima Blessings on your units and you're trying to, like, minimize your lift loss. This guy is very good for that. So, yeah, I think what you want to do is probably give him Bold Fighter if you're going to keep Miracle, and then as an ally, have a unit on the team with, Armor March and also a ranged weapon. Like, what a lot of people like to do with this Duma is pair him up with the Picnic Flora, and then she has effective against beasts, and I think something else as well. I don't remember. It might just be effective against beasts, but I don't remember for sure on that Picnic Flora. But she does come with Bold Fighter and Armor March right out of the box. So she's very good to pair up with this Duma, and very good for an Aether Raids defense setup. So pretty good stuff there. Alright, we got Annie M over here with a Legendary Lucina at +5. So Future Vision, Swift Sparrow 3, Desperation, Attack and Speed Oath, and Flashing Blade. Very good Lucina build over here. Future Vision is really nice, of course, because you can use Swap and then take a second action. So Future Vision is like one of the best assists in the entire game. Plus speed as the Ivy's, of course, very good. She has a super boon in speed, I think. Actually, she might not. This might be from, like, before the time where every unit just had a super boon in the perfect stat that they want to have it in. But it doesn't even matter, because her weapon gives her, I believe, +4 to all stats. Yup. As long as she's fighting against a physical type weapon. So that's totally going to come in handy for sure on this Lucina. And Desperation with Moonbow and Flashing Blade, very good. This is going to be a really good unit for sure in, like, every mode you want to run her in, pretty much. She's good for scoring in Arena because she has the Blessing bonus she can pass out. And she's going to be really good in Aether Raids on a defense setup, so you can catch people off guard with Future Vision. Or she's also going to be really good on an offense team too, if you just want to use Future Vision to reposition your units a bit and get them out of harm's way. So this Lucina is a very versatile unit for sure. Very good stuff there. Alright, we got Velo over here. So, pretty much a base kit Renea. There's not much to say here. I mean, as far as, like, what other skills you could give her, probably for the C slot, go for, like, Distant Guard or Close Guard or something like that, so you can double up with Silver Goblet. This is a very nice weapon to have on a dancing unit, because it provides nice support for your bait units. So this Renee is actually very good. And I would say, yeah, probably go for Distant Guard as the C skill, so you can have her just grant +8 defense and res to allies within 2 spaces. So you're going to have a better time baiting the foes for sure. Otherwise, I mean, it's just a base kit Renee's, so there's not too much else to say. Alright, we got Armored Sulley over here. Okay, +10 Sulley. Oh, I'm just going to go ahead and favorite that right now. We're going to add that to my friends list. Always love seeing these really underrated units at +10. So, plus attack Sulley with the Bull's Spear. I love it because this weapon actually gives her a brave attack. So, you're not going to get punked if you come up against foes that have null C disrupt. So, the guaranteed double attack is always going to be better than a guaranteed follow-up attack for those reasons. And she also has the gem effect against green or against red type opponents. So, even if this Sulley has to fight against, like, say, a +10 Marita, she's going to be looking pretty good with that gem effect and also the guaranteed double attack. So, Sulley is actually a really good unit, and she's really underrated. So, don't feel shy about building up these, like, cavalry units that have these gem weapons and then guaranteed double attacks. Do not shy away from investing in them a little bit, because they are going to show some good work for you in modes like Arena Assault, where you really need it. As long as you're keeping them in battle against the foes that they have color advantage on, it's going to be really good. So Sulley is going to crush every red unit pretty much, and let's say like Seth, he has the gem effect on green types, so Seth is going to crush every green type unit. We have also Cain and Abel, I believe. Well, I don't think they have the gem effect, but Cain and Abel, they do have the built-in follow-up. Or not the built-in follow-up, but the built-in double attack, which is way better. So being able to just double attack like a fast unit that has null follow-up, like Marita, for example, is going to be really awesome on units like Cain and Abel. So totally don't sleep on these cavalry units, guys. They're very good. Alright, so for this build, we have Aether, Attack and Defense Bond, Vantage, Attack Smoke, and Attack and Speed Bond. Alright, so this is actually a very budget build, but it's very awesome. So with Vantage, she's going to be able to counterattack first. And then with Attack and Defense Bond and Attack and Speed Bond, she's gaining 10 attack pretty much, with a possible 5 speed and 5 defense. Now, hold on, does this weapon actually... Yeah, okay, look. So this weapon grants her the double attack regardless of whose phase it is. And it's if the foe initiates combat. So with the Vantage effect, this unit is going to act as a brave type unit pretty much. And if the foes try to attack Sulley, she's going to get that double attack right in their face and pretty much KO them. So really awesome to run Vantage on a unit like this. Maybe you would want to run Distant Counter on her as well, so she can do the same to ranged opponents. And she does have res, like a really good res stat. Look at that, 33 res on this Sulley. That's not too bad. For a melee type unit like this, that's pretty good. So, yeah, I mean, a very awesome Sulley build, and a really good look at some of these cavalry units that you may want to build up. They are very easy to summon, and I know a lot of people like to say that Laszlo has this awesome refine, which he does, but I mean, there's other units as well in the game that have these double attacks. So just keep an eye out on which units have that, and maybe try to invest in them a little, give them a try, see if you like them. Alright, next up we've got Nyx over here with a +8 Astrum. Alright, this is a very heavily invested Astrum. We got bonus doubler, we got repel, joint drive attack, and phantom speed. Very good stuff on this guy. So phantom speed combos with repel pretty much, giving you +7 speed, and that's going to be nice for repel so he can get the damage reduction on the foes. Joint drive attack, of course, it's like the best C-slot skill in the game. If you run joint drive attack on all of your units pretty much on a 4-man team, it just basically means your whole team is getting +16 attack, which is just outrageously good. So joint drive attack, like anytime you can get joint drive attack, you want to give it to one of the units you use all the time pretty much. A bonus doubler as well, very good. So with Mercurius, that gives him +4 to all stats, and the same for any allies within 2 spaces that meet the conditions. Bonus doubler is going to be really crazy on this guy. So he's at +8 to all stats pretty much. With Repel and with Phantom Speed, very good Astrum build here. This is another unit that's very awesome to invest in because you can get the +10 on him with the Heroic Grails. And, I mean, he's going to be awesome in Arena because he scores in the 170 BST bin. And if you build him up like this guy is going to be putting in a ton of work for sure. So, one of the classic units for sure that people like to build up. Very good Astrum there. Alright, we got Zeostra over here. Not sure if I'm saying that name right, but he's got a +10 Legion. Oh, man. We are going to definitely add that to my friends list. +10 Legion. Shoutouts to Castlevania. Legion is actually like one of my favorite bosses from Castlevania. So shoutouts to that, of course. But Legion from Fire Emblem is pretty cool as well. Okay, so Legion's Axe Plus. We got the Speed Refine. This is a very good weapon as well because it inflicts panic on the foes. So, converts bonuses on target and foes within 2 spaces of target into penalties. That's a very good weapon, especially if you're going to run him on a defense setup. So, you can actually mess with people pretty bad with that and reverse all of their stat bonuses. So, Luna, Distant Counter, Desperation, Attack Smoke, and Fierce Stance. I don't know if you want Fierce Stance on this build because it looks like this is a player phase build because you got Desperation on him. So maybe instead of Fierce Stance, go for probably a Brazen skill so you can combo with Desperation. I would say probably either Brazen Attack Speed or Brazen Attack and Defense. Just so he has a better matchup against those range or those melee types. But I guess Brazen Attack and Res would work out too since you've got Distant Counter. Yeah, actually, yeah, probably Distant or Brazen Attack Res is probably the way to go. Because that's going to put him up to 30 Res and then with Distant Counter and with Inflicting Panic, he's going to be pretty nice as a ranged bait. And for the special, I don't know if you want Luna, maybe go for a healing special or... No, actually, yeah, you do want Luna because if you run a healing special, you're not going to be able to abuse Desperation. So, yeah, probably keep Luna or maybe go for, like... I don't know, what other special is there that he could run that's a 3-hit? Probably nothing. Yeah, because he doesn't really have the defenses to run like Bonfire or Ignis or like Glacies or stuff like that. So yeah, I think Luna is probably the way to go for sure. Very nice build though, very nice Legion there. Alright, we got Ramon over here. Okay, a +10 Curio with plus attack. Oh my god, this unit. And he has attack and res solo force, so that means a fallen Julia had to die for this Curia. Oh my god. RIP Fallen Julia. I mean, they are, like, overall just about the same unit. Their weapons do virtually the same thing. Curia inflicts attack and res -6 on foes in 2 spaces, which is, in some ways it's better, in some ways it's worse. Julia gets a guaranteed follow-up attack on her weapon as well. But this Curia here, she can debuff the foes for your other allies as well, so they can make use of the debuffs. So... they're very comparable. I don't know who I would say is better between Julia or Curia. I think they're just about on par with each other. Maybe I would slightly give the edge to Julia because she has, instead of running lull, attack, and res, she has light and dark, which is just way better. But otherwise, they are virtually the same unit. And he's got Glimmer, attack and res solo 4, lull, attack and res, rouse, attack and defense, and initiate seal attack 3. Okay, that is monstrous, man. Look at that 70 attack stat. Jesus. I would not want to have to fight this Curia. But, like, for the seal, I mean, you could go for a quick repost if you want to bait with her. Like, she's going to be awesome as a bait unit for magic. You could also go for close counter on this unit because she has defense at 33. And then her weapon does -6 attack. And she has lull, attack, and res. Like, come on. This is a perfect unit to run close counter on for sure. But if you don't want to do that, I mean, attack and res solo is going to be nice as well for both player phase and enemy phase stuff. So it might be a little more versatile than close counter. I'm not sure. For the Sacred Seal, I don't really know what else to suggest. Maybe like Sturdy Blow or... yeah, that's really like it. I mean, there's nothing to really suggest for the seal here. Instead of going with attack up 3, maybe go for like a split. Like attack and defense 2 or something like that. But it really doesn't matter. I mean, this unit is just going to kick so much ass regardless. Let me just go ahead and add that to my friends list so I can body people with that unit myself. Pretty awesome stuff. Shoutouts to Ramon for that. Okay, alright, here is a unit that I love to see. A plus 10 Saber. Okay, this is really rare. Saber is not a common unit to summon. He just got removed from the summoning pool as well, so it's going to be even harder to get copies of this guy. So, Golden Dagger grants him distant counter, and it also grants him all stats up 3 if his special attack is ready. And it does -1 cooldown, which is very good. So, comboed with Bonfire and Special Spiral and Times Pulse, wow. Okay, this is a really awesome Saber build here. Let me just actually add this guy to my friends list. That is amazing. Wow, U10, shoutouts to that. That is a really good Saber. Fortress Defense and Res, of course, so he can gain Defense and Res. Special Spiral and Times Pulse, so he has an easier time charging his special on turn 1. And Mirror Stance as well. I really have no suggestions here. This is the perfect build for Saber. Very good stuff, of course. And with that instant distant counter effect from Golden Dagger, he's going to be really good as a bait unit. So, pretty awesome stuff there. Alright, we got Demon King Leon over here, and the user is named Leon, so Leon has sent himself to me to take a look at. Minus attack, plus speed. Oh man, type F in the chat for that. Wow. That is some really unfortunate IVs. But he's got Blood Tone. Okay, it's pretty much the base kit. As far as like suggestions for that, I mean, for the assist, I like Reposition, but go ahead and use whatever you want for the assist. It doesn't really matter. And for the Sacred Seal, maybe go for like Mirror Stance or Distant Defense or something like that. Or Quick Repost. Actually, yeah, probably Quick Repost because this guy is not very fast. So with Quick Repost, he can get double attacks and go for the KOs. That's probably what you want to do. But otherwise, I mean, RIP those IVs. That I know the feels on that. I've summoned units with terrible IVs like that before, so RIP this Leon. Alright, we got Junior over here. We got a plus 10 Odin. Okay, Odin's really good. This guy, he has the built-in Blade Tome effect, and then... Oh, wow, interesting. Okay, so he's taking the Speed Refine as opposed to the Refine that is able to buff your other allies. So the Special Refine gives him... I believe it's Attack and Speed Link, which is very nice. You could use that to maximum buffs your other allies if you give him Defense and Res Link in the B slot. But he's going with plus speed because it looks like he's trying to just focus on getting all the KOs with Odin himself. So Life and Death 4, Special Spiral 3, Attack Smoke, and Swift Sparrow. Very good build on this Odin, honestly. And he's going to be putting in a ton of work with that built-in Blade Tome effect and then all of these buffs. And Special Spiral 2, like, with Moonbow, he's going to be doing so much damage. Yeah, this is a very good build for sure. Very nice Odin. He's going to be awesome in Abyssal content for sure. Like, support him with a bunch of dancers, and he's going to get all the KOs real easy for sure. So, very nice there. Alright, we got Squeaky over here with a plus 10, or not plus 10, plus 1 Lysithea with the plus attack IVs. So, looking like the pretty much a perfect build on Lysithea here. So, Glimmer, Swift Sparrow, Lull, Speed and Res, Times Pulse, and Swift Sparrow 2. That is, I mean, aside from Swift Sparrow 3, this is her default kit, I believe. I think she comes with Deathblow 4. Let me just double check. Yeah, she did come with Deathblow 4, but of course, Swift Sparrow 3 is going to be a little better if you want to capitalize on her speed. She is gaining plus 4 speed from Hades, so you will want to just turn this unit into a complete speed demon for sure. And Lull, Speed, and Res is going to make that even better. So she's going to have no trouble at all getting double attacks. With Times Pulse and with Hades doing -1 special trigger, she's always going to have Glimmer ready. So yeah, I mean, this unit is going to body everything. Lysithea is so good. She's basically just Ophelia 2.0 pretty much. Alright, next up we've got Rory over here. So, minus HP plus attack on Picnic Flora. Okay, so her weapon does effective damage on beasts. It gives her attack up 3, and then at the start of combat, if unit's res is better than the foe's res, reduces foe's attack and defense by half of the difference between stats during combat, with a maximum penalty of 8. So she has a potential to do minus 8 attack and res, or minus 8 attack and defense on the foe if she has more res than them. That's very good, of course, and then effective against beasts is nice. And Bold Fighter, of course, and Death Blow, Armor March, and Quicken Pulse. This is a very good unit to run in Aether Raids on a defense setup. And she's a very nice partner to have with Duma, because she can give him Armor March so he moves 2 spaces, and then with Bold Fighter and the ranged weapon on her, they can overlap ranges pretty easy. So the Duma and Picnic Flora combo is very nice for Aether Raids. Otherwise, there's not much to really comment on. This is pretty much the best build you can go with on this unit. Iceberg with Bold Fighter is very nice, and it's going to deal a ton of damage when she attacks. I think she... Wait, does she come with Death Blow 4? Let me just double check. Nah, okay, she comes with AR, Defense, Attack, and Res 3, or... Yeah, I'm not a fan of these AR-specific skills. They're really not the best. So, yeah, definitely go for Death Blow for sure. Otherwise, looks pretty good. Just go ahead and finish building her up so you can get Armor March 3. Alright, it's getting a little bit late now, so I'm going to want to go get my dinner right after. We're going to do the next 3 unit reviews, and then after that, we're going to call it a day. So, alright, next up, we've got this Ike. So, a Fallen Ike. Okay, he's got the Dream. He's got Pulse Smoke on this Fallen Ike. Very good stuff. Distant Defense 3 as the seal. Darting Breath and Repel, of course. Those are part of his base kit, so pretty good stuff. Yeah, I mean, this Ike is going to be so good in Aether Raids. If you give him the Summoner support, then give him, like, Summoner support, give him +5 flowers, and then give him support with another unit, like possibly Brave Lucina if you have her, or Caden or somebody that can provide him some drive buffs. Maybe even Core and M. The Day 1 Core and M is very good. So if you can just support this guy with a support unit and then give him as many stats as you can, he's going to be dominant in Aether Raids for sure. Chaos Ragnall is like one of the nastiest weapons in the game, coming with built-in distant counter and then flipping any penalties into bonuses. This guy is so good. And he has Mayhem Aether too. That's like the icing on the cake. So he can get a 4-hit cooldown Aether. That is so good. Especially with the breath effect. That's just nuts. And Pulse Smoke so he can shut down infantry pulse setups. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty much the way to go for this Ike. The only thing, like, instead of running Darting Breath, I think you may want to go for something else in the A slot, like either one of the Stance 4s or the Stance 3 skills, or Distant Defense 4, which I think is probably his best way to go. So you can get the hard counter on Blade's Home units, and just get +8 defense and res. But yeah, I mean, otherwise, like, his base kit was pretty good. So this Fallen Ike is amazing. Alright, we got a +10 May over here. I love to see it. May is a pretty awesome unit. I use her all the time. So yeah, I mean, like I said with that Odin that we looked at before. So this unit comes with built-in attack and speed, attack and speed link. So all you got to do is give her defense and res link, and then as soon as she uses a ally or an assist skill, then you can go ahead and get maximum buffs to her and your ally. So pretty good unit for buffing. She also comes with Death Blow built into her weapon, and plus attack is the way to go for the Ivies. So this May is like a different take on Lilina pretty much, whereas Lilina has chill res on the weapon. This May is giving stat bonuses on her weapon, which is pretty good. And we have even attack wave and Fury 3 on this build. So it's a +10 May with some pretty good investment in terms of merges and flowers. But then we have some budget skills on here, so that's pretty cool. Maybe instead of Fury, go for Death Blow 3, so you can double up on Death Blow on the weapon and in the A-slot passive. And then you could also give her Death Blow as the Sacred Seal, so you got triple Death Blow at that point. That's plus 18 attack when she initiates combat. Damn. And she has 62 base attack. That's going to put her up to 80 attack when she hits the foes. That is going to be pretty nutty, actually. So, yeah, I would probably go triple death blow on this unit if you're going to go for a budget build on her. Chill res is also not too bad as the Sacred Seal if you want her to pull off the Lilina thing. But yeah, Mei is a very good unit for sure. I'm going to have to rank Mei up, actually, when I do my next update for the tier list for the 3-star and 4-star summonable units. I'm probably going to have to bump Mei up to the S tier alongside Lilina, because they're virtually like the same unit, except Mei is blue and Mei has stat bonuses on her weapon, which can be better in some cases. So yeah, shoutouts to Mei for sure. Very good unit. Alright, sadly this is going to be the last unit review because I am getting very hungry, guys, and I want to go ahead and get some dinner before we wrap up here. So we're going to take a look at this Sulley, and that's going to be it. So Therese, this is your Sulley, plus 10 with plus attack Ivies. We got Slaying Edge plus as the weapon. Sturdy Impact, very nice. Desperation, Rouse Speed and Defense, and Flashing Blade as the Sacred Seal. So for a build like this, I think instead of Bonfire... Well, actually, Bonfire is going to deal a ton of damage on this unit. Because Sturdy Impact is giving plus 10 defense, right? And with Flashing Blade and Desperation, you're going to hit them twice in a row, and you're immediately going to fire off Bonfire on the second hit. Yeah, this is a really crazy Sulley build here. And we have -1 cooldown, of course, from Slaying Edge. I was going to say actually run Gale Force as the special attack here. Because Gale Force with Desperation and Slaying Edge, with Flashing Blade as the seal, you're going to pretty much build into Gale Force after every confrontation. And it's going to work out very nicely with Desperation too. So, yeah, I mean, that is one way you could run it if you want to go for Gale Force. But if you're focused on just dealing a ton of damage, then Bonfire is going to look really nice on a build like this. So, yeah, I mean, not much else to comment on. Very good build. I like having Gale Force, though, on units that have -1 cooldown on the weapon. Because it just makes it really easy to spam Gale Force like that. So, just one thing to consider, but otherwise, very nice Sulley. So, shoutouts, of course, to Teresa for that. And like I said, guys, unfortunately, that's where we're going to wrap for today. So, if you didn't get a unit review done today, then my apologies. I tried to get to as many as I could, but I am very hungry right now, so I'm going to want to try and get some dinner ready. So, if you want a unit review and you didn't get done today, then hop by again next week, and we do these unit reviews, and we play Arena Assault every Wednesday at... Usually the live streams will start from either 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And we'll pretty much go for like about an hour or two, and we'll play the mode that I said, Aether Raids, or we'll play Arena Assault, and then we'll go ahead and do some unit reviews. So it's always some good times and some good fun when we do that stuff. So stick around if you want a unit review and you couldn't get one this time. Then next week for sure, I'll try to get to you that time. And that's going to wrap us up for today. So as always, this is your boy Tacho signing out, guys. So take care. Cheers. Thanks for hanging out today, and thanks for joining the stream. We had a lot of fun. And I'll see you guys again next week. So take care.